Thing you can do is go out and play better. You can't talk it back. You got to produce. And I thought this team probably looked at the Stanford film and the Kansas State film and thought the Houston quarterback got hurt, and we bit the cheese. We weren't ready to play as a group, and it's an awful thing to have to say as a head football coach. I didn't get them ready. Assistants didn't get them ready, and they didn't get ready as a group. Again, you got some that did, some that played really well, and that's a shame that football's a multi-numbers game and a team game. It's the ultimate team game because everybody has to play well to win.
So now that you've looked at the film, are the problems you're seeing fixable?
Yeah, I'll get ready to play. Take care of the ball. Do a better job in kick teams. I mean, that's the good thing, is all of them can be fixed. The sad thing is it's been a long time around here that I didn't think we played as a team with passion for 60 minutes. And that's disappointing.
Is it harder to take than when you were a little younger as a coach because you haven't had these type games for a while?
Yeah, I think it's hard to take because the standard that the kids and coaches have set here for the last 3 or 4 years has not been that way. 2007, we had some of this, and it was a tough year because we fought it. I'm worried about this team. We didn't have a great first scrimmage, and this is not a good enough team to go out and not play with full energy and passion every minute of every play. I mean, they've got to understand that they got to play hard to win.
So is this what you want? Is this the type of game that you want? Because so much is on the line and you need to be excited about?
We don't get into what's next. It's just what's scheduled, but you always get excited about the OU game. Probably comes at a good time for us because we don't have enough time to sit around and feel sorry for ourselves. We've got to fix things and move forward and get ready to play.
How big is this week to seeing how the rest of the season will go and this game to fix things?
They're all big. The biggest games at Texas are the losses. That's what Coach Roll told me when I got here, and it's true. They're the ones that get the most attention. We're used to winning.
Coach, you mentioned the 07 team. Obviously, it's a similar situation when you go off here and then go into Oklahoma. Are there similarities that you're seeing, something you saw in that 07 team that you've seen now in this team already?
Not till Saturday. I thought, again, we didn't have a very good first scrimmage. And Saturday, I didn't think we played consistently hard for the whole game. And that was something that we had in 07. 07, we nearly got beat by Arkansas State, Central Florida. We decided to play against TCU. Then we totally stunk, and got beat 41-21 against Kansas State. Then we played hard at OU and got beat. Then we straightened it out for a while, but we had to come from behind 35-14 to beat Oklahoma State. We had to come from behind to beat Nebraska 28-24, and we had to, and then we stunk against A&M and did great in the bowl game. So, not that I remember any of those. But you want to play hard. Texas football teams play hard all the time, and that's, if you don't, it's on me. It's on our assistant coaches.
What do the coaches need to do? What changes in how you guys?
I don't know. It's bigger than what we can discuss here in a few minutes. So, number one, the bottom line is each coach has to get each player to play his best each week. As a coach, you look in the mirror, and the team is a reflection of you. And that's the hard thing about a game like this. It is personal. There's no question that coaches know that we did not have our team ready to play across the board, and they know that that's our job, and that's not good. And we can blame kids. They're supposed to get ready to play too, and they are obviously responsible. But they're 18 to 22-year-olds. We're older than that. We get paid for getting them ready. That's our job.
Matt, when you look at the offense, what things can you do this week to kind of right the ship and kind of get things going good about themselves?
That's the hardest thing about having a press conference on Monday. We'll look at that all day today and in the morning before we go back out there Tuesday. And the biggest problem, I thought the offense played really hard the second half. They played better. They didn't turn the ball over as much. They just didn't score when we were down there a couple of times still. So we got to put drives away. We got to finish them. We got to score better. When the game got lopsided, I thought the offense totally stunk the first half and the defense totally stunk the second half. So we didn't play anything as a team. But we just got to go back and look at it. When the score got out of hand, we had to start throwing it every time. Couldn't run it much, and that limited some of the things we could do the second half. And usually our defense steps up and stops them, so it makes it easier. This wasn't happening. So we had to try to stay on the field. Our game plan was much like Tech, keep UCLA on the field and make them stay out there in that heat. And what happens, they ended up doing that to us. I've always said youth's an excuse. You know, it's youth and injuries are things that happens that hurts your football team, but you got to play through that stuff. I mean, they were young when we started, so I think it's on us as coaches to get it better and get it better fast.
What is your attitude towards your team this week? I mean, are you more positive about looking?
It's a combination of things. It'd be like all your children. If you got 5 children, you treat them all differently, and what you have to do is there's a key to each kid, and you go, the ones that played great, you hug and say, do it again. Get somebody to follow you. The ones that didn't play well, you try to sit down and ask them, what did we miss? I mean, where did you not get it? I mean, where did you not give 5 offensive linemen that are 6'6" and weigh 300 pounds a break for being good? I mean, if you're not careful around here, you sit and listen to you all, which usually don't give the other team near the credit they deserve in my estimation. And you sit and you put down other teams, and we didn't have the respect for UCLA we needed. I did. I sat in here last Monday and said we're going to have trouble stopping the run. It's going to be a big question. We're going to have to do it. Nobody listened. So we got to get some ears open. We got to get people to listen, and they can't listen to media. They can't listen to fans. They got to listen. They got to believe what they see on film, and their teams are going to play better and harder against us than they do other people. That happened. It's happened for 13 years here. And if we let somebody stay in the game like we did on Saturday by not scoring when we got down there and dropping a punt and doing things to encourage them, then they get excited. They feel like they have a chance to win. Then they play better. And that's what we did. We allowed UCLA to play good. And then they did. And give them credit for that. I thought Rick and his bunch did a much better job with their team than we did, obviously.
What do you see from Jones this year that obviously he didn't have the rest last year at this time?
He's much more accurate. He's thrown 9 touchdown passes and only 3 interceptions. Their offensive line's playing better up front, so they're giving him more time to throw. And Broyles is great. Stills, a young freshman's a good player. But they've got some other receivers that are really good players as well. And DeMarco takes a lot of pressure off of him, and they're giving him a lot of simple throws out of the backfield to get him started and get him comfortable. And he's done a really good job, of throwing the ball down the field.
Mack, you talk about getting up for big games. Is that the difference for OU against Florida State compared to their other 3 games?
I can't talk about OU. I think that'd be up to Bob to answer. But
For what you've seen on the film, because it seems like they just dominated Florida State, and they have dominated the other 3.
well, they did. I think that again, I can't talk about them, but us. I think we've played to our fullest and not our best, but played hard one time, and that was out at Texas Tech. We knew we had to, and I think the other 2 we thought we were going to beat and played good. But then Saturday we didn't. So I think that there's no question that right now young kids are looking and listening, and they better start playing across the country. It's not just us.
Is this game like a natural motivator?
Oh, ain't no question about that. Every year for both teams, it's a way to get well fast. You don't have time to sit and feel sorry for yourself. You got to work.
Coach, a couple of weeks ago, you said you weren't ready to hit the panic button. Did you come close? Because I know a lot of fans are hitting like crazy.
I can't worry about fans. I got to do my best to try to. We're in the education business during the week and then show business on the weekend, and we got to get the best show out there we can. We didn't Saturday. I would be shocked if our fans didn't panic Saturday.
So, Mack, what is your mood?
My mood's to go back to work and get better as a team. We didn't coach them very well last week, and that's my job. I didn't do it, and I'm embarrassed over it, and I'm not happy, and got to go back to work and do better. No different than any of you that screwed your job up last weekend. Y'all can just hide your mistakes better than I can. Mine are pretty visible.
Mack, can you just talk about what this week means, just Texas OU history?
It's a great game for fun and tradition and rivalry, and I think that's why DeLoss and Joe Castiglione left it in Dallas for the state fair. That's why I don't think they'll move it with the new league additions and changes in conference scheduling, because it is a game that TV likes, the nation likes, the state fair likes, the people of the 2 states like, and it's a fun game and always is a fun week.
Okay, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you all.